Welcome to our channel. If you're looking to improve your life, build powerful habits, and finally stay consistent with your goals, we invite you to subscribe and turn on notifications. We summarize books every day, bringing you practical ideas that can help you grow, learn, and transform your mindset one day at a time. Today, we're diving into Force Yourself to Be Consistent by Jack Ridge, a book that focuses on one of the most important skills for success in life, consistency. The book begins with a simple but uncomfortable truth. Most of us know what we should do to improve our lives, yet very few actually do it consistently. We start strong, full of motivation and excitement, but after a short time, we stop. The author explains this happens because we rely on motivation, and motivation is emotional. Our emotions change every day. Some days you feel inspired, some days you feel tired, bored, or discouraged. If your progress depends on how you feel, your progress will always be unstable and unpredictable. Jack Ridge explains that consistency is not about feeling good. It's about showing up, even when you don't feel like it. Successful people aren't successful because they are always motivated. They are successful because they are consistent. They repeat the same small actions over and over again, especially on the bad days. Consistency is the secret ingredient that turns effort into real, tangible results. It's the bridge between your goals and your achievements. One of the most powerful ideas in the book is that consistency is a skill, not a personality trait. So many people believe they're simply not disciplined, that they weren't born with willpower, or that consistency is just not part of who they are. The author completely disagrees with this belief. He explains that consistency is something you train just like a muscle. Every single time you force yourself to take action when you don't feel like it, you strengthen your ability to stay consistent. Just like lifting weights, consistency grows stronger with repetition. So stop telling yourself you can't be consistent and start training yourself to become consistent. The book also explains why motivation is so unreliable. Motivation comes from excitement, new goals, and that initial burst of emotional energy. But once the new goal becomes a routine part of your life, that initial motivation naturally fades. This is the critical point where most people quit. The author teaches that instead of constantly chasing motivation, you should build systems. A system is something that works even when motivation is gone. It's a structure you put in place to ensure you keep going. When your habits are built into your daily routine, they no longer depend on your fluctuating emotions. They become automatic. Another key idea in the book is to start smaller than you think you should. A lot of people fail because they set goals that are way too big too soon. They want fast results, big changes, and dramatic transformations overnight. But this creates immense pressure and resistance. Your brain naturally avoids difficult and uncomfortable tasks. The author introduces the brilliant concept of micro habits, which are extremely small actions that are almost laughably easy to repeat every day. Reading just one page, exercising for only 5 minutes, or writing one single paragraph might seem insignificant. But when you do these small actions daily, they compound into powerful, life-changing results over time. Consistency is built through ease, not intensity. When a habit feels easy, your brain doesn't resist it. The author makes it clear that it is far better to do a small habit consistently than a big habit inconsistently. Small habits create momentum, and that momentum builds confidence. Each small win tells your brain, hey, I can do this, which makes it easier to keep going the next day. It is all about creating a positive feedback loop that makes consistency feel natural instead of like a constant struggle. The book also talks about the power of removing choice. Decision-making consumes a lot of mental energy. Every time you ask yourself whether you should do something or not, you create an opportunity to quit. Consistent people remove these decisions from their daily routines. They decide once in advance, and then they follow the plan automatically without negotiation. When your positive actions become non-negotiable, consistency becomes dramatically easier. You're not debating with yourself every day. You're simply executing a pre-made decision. Another important concept is identity-based habits. Jack Ridge explains that habits last much longer when they are deeply connected to your identity. Instead of focusing only on the results you want to achieve, you should focus on the type of person you want to become. When you start to see yourself as a disciplined person, a reader, a writer, or a healthy individual, your actions will naturally align with that identity. Every small action you take becomes a vote for the person you want to be. It reinforces your new identity and makes your habits stick for the long term. The book emphasizes that your environment is far more powerful than your willpower. Willpower is a limited resource, and it gets easily exhausted throughout the day. Your environment, on the other hand, constantly influences your behavior without you even realizing it. If distractions are everywhere, you will struggle to focus. If bad habits are easy and accessible, you will fall into them. The author teaches that by designing your environment correctly, you can make good habits easier and bad habits harder. Preparing your workout clothes the night before, removing distracting apps from your phone, and organizing your workspace can dramatically improve your consistency without relying on sheer willpower. Jack Ridge also explains the importance of choosing discipline over emotions. Let's be real, you will not feel motivated every single day. You will feel tired, bored, and frustrated at times. Discipline means acting despite how you feel. It's understanding that feelings change, but the progress you make stays. Every time you act, even when you don't feel like it, you prove to yourself that you are capable of self. This builds incredible self-respect and confidence that no amount of positive thinking can replicate. Tracking your progress is another crucial part of building consistency. When you track your habits, you become more aware of your actions. Seeing your progress visually creates a sense of satisfaction and reinforces your behavior. Even simple tracking methods, like putting Onyx on a calendar or using a habit tracking app, can provide the motivation you need to keep the streak going. Visual proof of your hard work is incredibly powerful. The author also introduces a powerful rule: never miss twice. Missing one day is normal and human. Life happens and things get in the way. What truly matters is not letting one missed day turn into quitting altogether. Consistency is not about being perfect. It's about returning to your habits quickly. The faster you get back on track after a slip-up, the stronger your consistency becomes. Don't let a small mistake derail all your progress. Just get back to it the very next day. Over time, this practice of consistency builds deep self. Every promise you keep to yourself strengthens your confidence. Every promise you break weakens it. The book explains that real, lasting confidence is not built by motivation or positive thinking, but by consistent, disciplined action. When you know you can rely on yourself to follow through, your self-esteem naturally increases. You start to see yourself as someone who gets things done. The book concludes with a strong, empowering message. You do not need more motivation. You do not need perfect conditions. You do not need some special inborn talent. What you need is consistency. By forcing yourself to take small, manageable actions every single day, you create long-term freedom for yourself. The discipline you practice today creates more options for you tomorrow. The pain of consistency is temporary, but the rewards will last a lifetime. Force yourself to be consistent is not about working harder. It's about working smarter, building effective systems, and becoming someone who shows up no matter what. If you apply the ideas in this book, you will finally stop the cycle of starting over and begin to make real, lasting progress. If you enjoyed this summary, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Remember, we summarize books every day to help you build a better, more disciplined life. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.